Hello up there, and welcome back to ATM10 to the skies, episode 14, where I found out the problem with getting us soul lava. Yeah, you know what I needed to do? Update the pack. Yep, all I needed to do, update the pack. And soul lava. Big mistake. Big mistake. I can't fit. Big mistake on my part. So, if I would have updated the pack, it would have worked beautifully for the first time. It would have been perfect. But I didn't do that. But now that it's fully updated and everything else, we can kind of figure out what's going to go on next. And ran into an issue. No nether stars. Absolutely none. So, I thought it would be a great idea to start figuring out how we're going to automate nether star generation. We do have what we need. We got soul sand. A little bit. Skulls. Yeah, we got a little. But that's okay. I think today we'll focus on getting ourselves fully automated. Let's go. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make a few things from just our things, as per usual. But we're also going to be looking at laser IO. And the good thing about laser IO, it's compact. You can run everything off of it, and there's no worries. Now, if you're running a server, I don't know if laser IO is even good. It's hard to tell anymore. First thing we need to do is we gotta start crafting a lot of logic chips. We need to make a bunch of item cards, fluid cards, redstone cards, the basic filters, counting cards, and yeah, the list goes on, and card overclockers. So everything calls for logic chips, which is just a standard raw chip using blocks of quartz, redstone, clay balls, and nuggets. And we're gonna need a lot of them. And I say a lot, we're going to do as much as we can hold. Because everything you need needs a logic chip. Every single thing calls for a logic chip. So we are going to be making quite a few of these. So I'll go ahead and I'll smelt all these up. And start talking about what we're going to be doing in this. So what we're going to do is we're going to use block placers from just our things to place in our soul sand. We're going to use 3 altogether. So one is just going to put your one soul sand down. Then one is also going to place 3 soul sand down. And then one's going to place all 3 of your wither skulls. But the way we're going to do it is to make sure that it won't place the actual skulls until there is actual soul sand placed down first. So let's go ahead. We can get our laser wrench. We're going to get a lot of things going real quick. I don't want to say a stack. Let's do 10 for now. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll make 10 of these. If we have panes. I always feel like that's one thing I'm always lacking is panes. Yes, there are other ways to do it. I need to autocraft these things. That's one thing I need to do. I have to get autocrafting going at some point. 7, 8, 9, 10. So here's our 10 laser nodes. We have our laser wrench. And then we need to start making everything else. I want to make a card holder just to hold on to all these items. So we'll make one of those. And then as many of these as we can get. Let's do... And they don't stack until I actually use the card holder, correct? Okay. Let's grab a bunch of these. I don't really need too many fluid ones at the moment, but... And the same thing with the redstone. I just want to have a bunch of them on me. So then they're in our inventory. Item cards are what we're going to be using mainly in this. We can start getting rid of a few things. And then basic filters. Get 8 of those. And then counting cards. We need observers. Let's just... We're going to need a stack altogether. Actually, I should have made more of those. So let's get all the counting cards we can. Let's get a few more of these. That's aluminum. There's iron. Just so we have those in stock. So we can start knocking these down. Then overclocker. I think we need 2 just to make sure. We probably only need 1 of those, but everything does fit perfectly in our card holder. And I think that's the first time that we were actually able to get everything we kind of needed to begin with. And this card holder holds onto all of your items that you need. So each node that we put down, we're going to need an item card, and then we'll need a redstone card towards the end. And let's go ahead. Let's, I mean, we need 1 clicker. Because the clicker alone is just going to allow us to use a... If I can click it. There we go. Item clicker is going to be our main use for our item. For right now, we're just going to use our normal sword. It's nothing special. Once we get to unobtainium, that's what I'll want to use. Just because of the damage that it comes with. And we'll need 3 block placers. I really need to set this up to autocraft. I know that's probably something that everybody's wanting me to start doing is autocraft as much as possible. I'll probably just do an episode of just autocrafting. You know what I mean. So we got 3 advanced block placers. Perfect. We need to make 2 ender chests. One is going to hold the items that we're going to pull using an ME interface. And then 1 is going to extract the items and put that into our ME system. Boom, boom. Knock them both out. And then I want to color code these in a way. And figuring out what color I want to go with. I think we might just do white. I think we'll just do white on 1. And then we'll just do blue. Because I think that's the easiest dye that we have is blue. I just need 3 blue. And then once we do this, we need to remember not to use white or blue with another ender chest. So we'll start having to use other colors or different colorations because you can color the entire top of it and you have 3 choices. So we'll have to make sure not to mess that up. Which, I'm going to mess it up, as usual. And one thing we have not ever used on here, a sensor. So the point of the sensor is that it's going to detect if there's any entities in our wither killing. Pretty much. That's the whole point. Cool. I think that's kind of everything we need right now. Oh, no. We need an item collector. I need more ferrocore. And books. Books, easy. Got that. Item collector. Ferrocore. Well, ferrocore is easy to make. There we go. I do that too much. I need to get rid of that. I think I fly around too much. I really think I do. Alright. Ferrocore. We'll let that go and I'll come right back. So we'll let that go. Does not take very long at all. And we can get that smelted up. One thing we need to focus on is sending all of our items to be smelted. Which we'll probably be using, like I've probably said before, is mechanism for that. Cool. Alright, so then we've got our item collector, our experience collector, and all the items that we need to deal with. Hopefully. Get this working. So here's our little box. Simple little box. And I kind of want to give myself a little bit of room. So what we could do is place chest here. Well, let me think about this. So if I place a chest here, then I place a chest here, is the node gonna go through it, or am I gonna have to extract that? Well, let's see here. I like to do the setup here. I could expand this a little bit. We could go to the wall. Let's do that. Let's go to the wall. I don't even know why I'm flying up here, because I can access. Do I have tinted? I only have 9. Let's make some more tinted. It's the witherproof, right? So mob. That should be good. Alright, let's get this set up. So what I want to do is go a little bit farther over. Just a little bit more. And yes, I know that I have building gadgets. But placing them, it's kind of nice sometimes. I think that's good enough size. So then if I run my cable up, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. What we want to do is block placer every single one of these. And attach flux point. Out 2, 1. I would hope this would start receiving power. Right? There's nothing wrong with my flux point that I can't chunk unloaded. Is my chunk unloaded? I didn't think it was. No, looking at the map, I'm chunk loaded. Correct? Yeah, the whole island is chunk loaded. Oh, it's gonna take time. Okay. You had me worried a little bit. Had me a little worried. So let's go ahead. We can place... I mean, the clicker can really go anywhere. And then we'll place our sensor. And then we'll just have to choose every side that everything's going to. So you... If I remember to grab some items first. Let's see here. We need skull. I need soul sand. Got it. Okay. So you, being the first one, you are going to place soul sand. You are also going to place soul sand. But you are going to place a skull when soul sand is present. Correct? If I set you correctly. Let's go ahead and show the render area. We need to go back. I think that's a good spot. So you'll stay there. And then you set the render area. Are going to go back. And no. X. Okay. So there is your normal shape. And then I can take the render area off of these two. And then you are going to go back. And then you're going to go right there. So if I show the render area, let's try this again. This is all learning. Let's break these 3 skulls. Now you shouldn't place unless soul sand is present. Okay. Just cover that up just because. Your soul sand, your soul sand. If soul sand is available, you're gonna drop the skulls on top. Okay. That's fairly easy. And then you are gonna sense an amount of all living things. Right? Okay. That's the whole, okay. So that's good. And then we just need to go. I'll learn this one of these days. So you need to go back one more. And then go. Oh, hold up. Decided on placing the ender chest here. And this one we're going to color blue. So then whenever we go back, we'll make sure that we have an ender chest that's all white and then one that is all blue. I want to make sure that this is going to work. So you can place. Why is that not placing that one? That's strange. Let's try it again. I gotta turn these off because they have a signal maybe. That's the render area. I wonder why I can't place that one. That's interesting. So I placed all three. Okay. Let's put the sword is in there. And then let's just take 3 skulls. Make sure that this works. Gonna have to speed this up. And while he is dying, we'll place our experience holder and our item collector. Is there a problem with the area? Oh, that's why. You see that? No. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna have to work on the killing capabilities. Got a little bit more. So that's going to collect all the items. And now we got to work on the experience. So that'll at least collect everything. I'm just shocked that this middle one didn't place all 3. Try that, maybe. Maybe it was the direction. Well, no, I'm facing south, so I don't know why it didn't place. Render area is right there, so we can just go back. A little bit more. I can collect all the experience in the area. Okay. So we kind of have it all set up. The only thing is we need to set up the laser IO part of it. And kind of deal with this not being that strong. But for right now, we'll make this work. So now that everything is saved in our card holder, you can see all the different cards that we have. And then it will point to what you need. So at least you'll know. So if we go west, I'm going to put in an item card. This item card is going to be an insert. And should be insert. And then I need a counting filter. So then we're going to place that, since it's the first one, this one's going to be soul sand. Soul sand. But we're going to keep this. Let's go 15. 15 in here at a time. Oh, wrong way. So they're always going to be 15. Let's go ahead and add another one here. You are also going to be an item card with a counting filter. You're going to be 15 soul sand. If I click on the right one. So west, item filter. Make sure that's correct. 15. And then you are going to be another item card. Insert. With a counting filter. Of wither skulls. You are going to be 15 as well. So there'll always be, if I do that correct again. There we go. 15 in there. Okay. So you guys will always keep 15. at all times. So then I need to do an insert from here. You are going to be an item card. You are going to insert, counting, well, I don't know if that really matters right now. So you're going to always be inserting into each one of these. Okay, so each one of these that comes from this is going to be soul sand and wither skulls at all times. Okay. And then those should go up. Those all should be good. Although those are not increasing. You might need something special on you, though. You might need a redstone. Make sure you don't place until there's soul sand. But we'll see. Let's go ahead and test. So if I put 3 in there, you're not going to place until soul sand is present. Hopefully. Hopefully. But that's just about everything going. I mean, I do want to put... Forget if this needs to be up here or not. May have to look. So you're going to input on white. You're going to output a strong signal. You are going to be low. Low. Now this should... Yeah, that should be on down. You should emit a strong signal output. All 3 of you? Okay, I think that is going to all 3 of them. Cool. So once you don't sense anything living, if we have skulls in there, I'm shocked that this didn't start running. Let's got a redstone signal. Huh. It's got power. This should have automatically started placing. 'Cause that should be insert. Did I mess something up? That's supposed to be an extract? Alright, give me 1 second. I'll take a look at this. So for me right now, it is the next morning, and I did it. I finally did it. We got it working. I think that with making a couple videos at a time, I just was not in the right headspace. And yes, this is now fully automated. And I'll go ahead and show you guys exactly what I did so then you can recreate this in your own world as well. So this is the chest that's going to be picking up all of our drops that we set up with an item collector. This chest is going to house all of our soul sand and wither skulls, and we'll get that set up as the end of the video. So we set up a bunch of laser nodes, and each one of these are facing into a certain block using an item card. This one is an extract card, and I went ahead and did a transfer amount of 8. Fairly simple. These 3 right here are all facing towards advanced block placers. This one has 32 in it with a counting card. These also have a redstone output with a weak signal, so then it doesn't constantly run. Even though sometimes it does place 1 or 2 out there, I don't know exactly what the cause of that is, but these all have the same output with a weak card with the redstone, and then an item counting filter. This one has 32 in it, and then the top one here has got wither skulls with another counting card in it. All have redstone signal up to this laser node, which is facing down with just an input. So once this sensor goes off, it's going to start placing in all the soul sand and the wither skulls that we needed. I know I need a new sword. I'll probably see that in the comments. I will get a better sword for this because the way it works now, it is very slow. And all of these block placers, except for this top one, has an allow list. So this is going to say whenever there is soul sand available, it's going to drop the wither skulls on top of it, which goes off of these that have the soul sand. It's fairly compact, and for this to fully run, you do need to go in and chunk load all this. So remember to do that. Otherwise, it's not going to constantly run. I do want to change out those cables, though, at some point. But at least for now, we have everything running. So then what we'll do is we'll go back to the overworld, and then we'll set up 2 identical chests with a ME interface to be able to pull the items and to add items back into these chests. So if you go slow, you can get all these to work. This one up here is just sending the redstone signal to all the nodes. And then these are just all extracting and then inputting into these block placers. So if you go back and rewatch and go slow, you can get the same thing to work in your own world. So let's go ahead. I mean, I guess I can just keep it over here for now. Just so that I know where this is going to be at. Because right now, there are no channels. So let's go ahead. We'll put our ME interface. And then I do need a couple blocks real quick. Just to make this a little simpler to put in. Try to keep it as compact as possible. So then with these 2, we're going to go ahead and place down both of our chests. But one of these I do want to die. Because the one that we die is the one is going to be the extractor. So it's going to be extracting from this ME interface. So if we grab soul sand, and I like that you can just drag and click it in, and then we'll set the amount. Let's do 24. 24 will stay in there, but it'll constantly keep pulling out the items. And then we need the wither skull. We can do the same thing on this. Okay, so this is constantly going to have those items pulled. It's always going to be in here. Now, if we grab ourselves a laser node real quick, and I'll grab the card holder. So now that if we place this, the blue one is going to match the one that's in our compact machine. And this guy, which is to the north, I wish it would have went blue, but that's okay. So with this guy, what we're going to do is we're going to set up probably an item card. I guess that still has. So this guy, we're going to make sure he's got soul sand constantly, which is going to insert into the chest. And then we need to make sure that we set up an extract. That should work. So it should be sending in. Yep, it's sending in wither skulls right now. And it should start sending in the soul sand as well. I just don't see it. I mean, I guess we could put an overclock on it. That is a thing we could do. Now for the south side, this is going to be the one that is going to extract the items. Put an overclock in that one. And then you are going to be, well, you can stay white actually, because that's just the redstone channel. Well, let's just set this guy to orange. So you've got all the items. So then what we need to do is set up extract. Now is that going to pull? Now we need to set it to pull the items. I guess this we could. No. We don't want any of these in there. So we need you to extract to the ME system. I try my best not to confuse myself, but I think I got it this time. So the north side, which I don't know why that's not showing up blue. We've got an insert card of 64 and 64 soul sand and wither skulls. The south side, which is the one that's got all the items in it, we set an extract. We have that in extract mode, and I just put one card overclocker in there. So it's going to transfer 16 items at a time, and that is on channel orange. For right now, with the ME interface, we've got an extract, so it's extracting items to the channel, which is just soul sand and wither skulls. And then I also have an insert card, which is going to insert the items And I think this I can change to orange. And these items are now getting picked up. And everything should be running. Yeah, see, it's still placing, sadly. But there shouldn't be anything in the white chest. Everything is going to get picked up. This is going to always hold 64 of each. And it's going to constantly run. I know it's very loud. But at least we got it working. Whew! That was the easy part. Now the fun part is vibranium. Which I did a little bit off camera. Just to get ourselves all of the blocks that we needed. Because we needed 9 blocks. And then we'll get the sand going. So then we'll have vibranium gears. We also need to make the same for all the modium as well. I'm letting my sand kind of fill up just a little bit. Because we were running a little low on sand. So right now, sand, as it's running, I'm getting closer and closer to be able to get another 5 times, but vibranium, at least if we have that, it's going to make it so much easier because we need to make a vibranium pick to be able to get unobtainium. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now. Thank you all for watching. I know, yeah, there's been a few issues and stuff, but I'm learning, and you're learning too. All right, see you guys.